Guys, my bookshelf is full and I don't know what to do. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Trishna and I make content about reading and writing and books in general. And yeah, welcome to today's video. So basically, in the last 2 months, I've read 5-ish books, which isn't a lot, but it's more than what I was reading when I was in university. I'm home for the summer break and it's been 2 months. I have another 20 days left. And in that time, I plan to read a lot because in June, which is like today is June 20th, and so far I've read one book, which I've not even completed. Yeah, I've not completed it yet. So I've not even read one book. But just because I haven't been reading does not mean I haven't bought books. So yeah, in the last month I bought 7 books. Yeah, 7 books and 2 ebooks, and I just have not been reading. But I bought all the books, and they were in a stack, like in a bag in my room. And then when I was removing them from the bag and putting them in my shelf, I realized that my shelf is completely full. Like all the books are vertical and there are books on top of books. And my shelf isn't really big. It's like 2 rows of shelves. I don't know. And it's not very huge. I think there are like 100 books in my shelf. Maybe. I don't think it's 100. I'm not sure. I don't think it's not. It can't possibly be 100. It's less than that. But it's full, and there are a lot of books that don't have space in the shelf right now, which I think will be resolved in a few days because I'm taking some of the books that I didn't like, or I don't think I'm going to read because I've lost interest in them. But with me, when I'm going back to uni, because our book club, our literary arts club, basically does like a blind date with a book where we collect books from people who want to get rid of books, and most of them obviously are secondhand books, and then we wrap them up, put hint words and like little clues about the books on the paper that we have wrapped the book in, and then like make it all cute and pretty, like this is what it looked like when we did it last year. And then we sell them, and the money goes to, obviously some of the money goes to the people who gave us the books, as well as some of the money goes to the club, whatever. So I'm going to take some books with me for that, so there will be space in the shelf for the newer books. But I realized I bought a lot of books recently, so I thought, why not do a book haul video, even though this is a very small amount of books, I think, because I've seen booktubers do book hauls with like 30-40 books, which is insane. Like I bought, like, this is a lot for me because before this I used to spend like, I used to buy like 3 books maybe a month, and even that was like while I was in university. I didn't buy much. I didn't buy any, I think, except for like a few, like 1 or 2, because I usually buy books and order them when I'm home, or I go to the bookstore and buy them, and there's no bookstore near my college. So yeah, I decided if I'm home, why not just buy books? So I bought a lot of them. Again, not a lot, but for me. So we'll just go through them together. This is a small video. So yeah, I bought a lot of books recently. I think I bought like around 15 in the time I've been home, but I've read a couple of them, and these were like 2-3 months ago as well. Like I bought the reappearance of Rachel Price, I bought Handmaid's Tale, I bought Frankenstein, Animal Farm, Gulliver's Travels. A lot of books that I bought like in April and before that. But these are books that I've bought in the last like 30 days, in like two shopping sprees that I went on. 3 of these books are like very recent. I went day before yesterday, yeah, with one of my friends, and we went to watch a movie, Inside Out 2, which was incredible, and I cried so much. But while we were there, we went to the bookstore and got books, and I'm very happy with what all I bought. So let's go through them. So one of the first books I bought, I think this is like back in May, is Belja by Sylvia Plath. And obviously I don't know what happens in the book because none of these books are books I've read. So we are just going to go through the blurb at the back. So, to the person in the bell jar, blank and stopped as a dead baby, the world itself is a bad dream. In the hauntingly beautiful pages of the bell jar, Sylvia Plath takes us on a gripping journey into the fragile psyche of Esther Greenwood. Set against the backdrop of 1950s America, this semi autobiographical novel explores the stifling expectations placed upon women and the suffocating grasp of societal norms. As Esther grapples with her ambitions, desires, and mental health, she finds herself trapped in a metaphorical bell jar, an oppressive glass enclosure that isolates her from the world. Platt's evocative prose and poignant portrayal of Esther's descent into madness make Beljar a timeless masterpiece that shines a searing light on the complexities of the human psyche and the unrelenting quest for self-identity. Self-identity. I don't know what happened in my voice, but yeah. I'm very excited for this because one of my best friends read this while we were in school, which was like 2 years ago, which is insane to say. But she read this, and she was going insane while reading this. And like every day morning, she would come in to class with like this haunted look. In the like 2 weeks that she was reading this book, and she was just so scared and terrified by the things happening in the book. And I was like, I need this. I need to read these. So yeah, I mean, it's like feminism and like mental health, and yeah, I think I'm going to like it, and planning to get to it soon. So yeah, Beljar by Sylvia Plath. Bought it like around a month ago, I think. I don't actually remember that well. The next book is Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors, and I've heard such incredible things about this book. Two of those incredible things that I've heard is from two of my friends, and they loved it and recommended it. And yeah, the cover is just so beautiful, and I also really like the blurb. Like, I feel like I'm going to like it, and I like wow, and I like when like romantic stories are so well written they become literary fiction. Like, that's just so amazing, and I love that. So, um, yeah. New York is slipping from Cleo's grasp. Sure, she's at a different party every other night, but she barely knows anyone. Then she meets Frank. 20 years old, Frank's life is full of all the success and excess that Cleo's lacks. He offers her the chance to be happy and the opportunity to apply for a green card. She offers him a life imbued with beauty and art, and hopefully a reason to cut back on his drinking. They're everything each other needs right now. Cleo and Frank run headfirst into a romance that neither of them can quite keep up with, that reshapes their lives and the lives of those around them, whether that's Cleo's best friend struggling to embrace his gender identity in the wake of her marriage, or Frank's financial dependent sister arranging sugar daddy dates after being cut off. Cleopatra and Frankenstein is an astounding and painfully relatable debut novel about the spontaneous decisions that shape our entire lives and those imperfect relationships born of unexpectedly perfect evenings. Like, it sounds so incredible, and I am so excited to read it. I love the cover. I just keep looking at the cover. Also, doesn't this look like Emma Stone or Emily Stone, now that she has told us her real name? Doesn't it look like her? Like, the first time I saw it, I was genuinely like, oh my god, Emma Stone. But I don't think it is related to her, but it does, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe I'm delusional. But look at that. Like, kind of, I don't know. Anyway, that was Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors. And the next book is also by Coco Mellors. This is Blue Sisters, and it was recently released. I think it's been a few months or a month. I don't know. I bought it day before yesterday, and very excited to read this. I love like family struggles and when like families come together and help each other, and I think I'm going to like this. This does not look like anybody I know, but this is also so pretty. Like, it's beautiful. So yeah, the Blue Sisters have always been exceptional and exceptionally different. Avery, a straight-laced lawyer living in London, is the typical eldest daughter, though she's hiding a secret that could undo her perfect life forever. Bonnie was a boxer, but following a devastating defeat, she has been working as a bouncer in LA until a reckless act one night threatens to drive her out of the city. And Lucky, the rebellious youngest, is a model in Paris whose hard partying ways are finally catching up with her. Then there was Nikki, the beloved fourth sister, whose unexpected death left Avery, Bonnie, and Lucky reeling. When a year later the three of them reunite in New York to stop the sale of their childhood home, they find that only by returning to each other can they navigate their grief, addiction, and heartbreak and learn to fall in love with life again. It's so beautiful. Like learn to fall in love, learn to fall in love with life again. That's so beautiful. And I love sisterly bonds. Like the bond I have with my sister is so special to me, because until like I was 15, 14, 15, I used to hate her, and I'm pretty sure she used to hate me. But after that, we've just become so close, and it's just nice to have somebody in your home who you can be like completely open with. And she's seen me since I was literally minutes old. So she, like, I feel like she's the one person who like truly knows me throughout, like, has always known me type of thing. And even though obviously like it's hard to like be open with somebody in your family, but like I feel like it's just easier with siblings, and I think that's what happened with me and my sister, because we've gotten so close in the last few years. And we like recently she went to do her masters in another state, and we dropped her off and we came back home. And I was so sad the next day, because I was like, so we used to share a bed while I came back home, because my room is just not in a condition that I can use right now. So I just used to sleep in her room, and we got so close, like especially in the last 2 months. I don't know, it was just really nice. And I came back home and I was sleeping alone in the bed, and I was like kind of sad because I genuinely missed her. And I was like, what is happening? I've never been this sappy, like, especially with my sister. But, like, the bond grows. And I feel like that sibling bond is just so special. And getting to see that in books is just amazing to me. And I love books that explore, like, sibling relationships. So, yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this as well. So, Blue Sisters by Cocomelons. The next book is Novel People by Sally Rooney. If you've been on BookTube for even an hour, you've probably heard of this book. And I've had this recommended to me so many times I've lost count. Like the friend I said who loves Beljar, she also really, really loves Sally Rooney. She loves Normal People and conversations with friends, and she's asked me to read Normal People for the longest time. And one of my friends recently, another friend, read Beautiful World, Where Are You? And they really enjoyed it. And yeah, so I really want to read Sally Rooney, and like some of my favorite booktubers also like really love Sally Rooney and have recommended them in so many of their videos. So I want to read them. It's just I'm so terrified because I've heard so much about them that if I don't like them, I will be so disappointed in everything. So I genuinely want to like it, and that desperation has just made me not read it for the longest time. But at least I bought the book, which means I'm going to read it. At least I'm like one step closer to reading it, which is all that matters. Also, when I saw the cover, I was expecting there to be tuna in there because I didn't pay like that close attention to detail, but it's two people hugging, and just I got scared. Like when I removed it from the package, I genuinely got scared. But I feel like if there was a bed shaped like that, and if I could just close it and sleep, I feel like I would love that. Also, I just realized that sounds like I'm describing a coffin, which is saying something. But also, I did not want this cover. Like, I'd seen it around, but I wanted the orange cover. And I didn't get that because I ordered online and it showed the orange cover. But then this came, and I don't mind it because it's like green and the pink go well together. But at the same time, I would have loved the orange cover. But yeah, Normal People by Sally Rooney. I'll just read the back, it's very small. Connell and Marianne grew up in the same small town in the west of Ireland, but the similarities end there. In school, Connell is popular and well liked, while Marianne is a loner. But when the two strike up a conversation, awkward but electrifying, something life changing begins. Damn. I'm actually excited but scared. I don't know. We'll see. If I read this, it's going to become my personality. I know it, whether I like it or not. So I'm just going to put it off for a while. I'm not planning to read it in the next month while I'm home. So I'm going to take it with me to college, university, and probably read it there in like the first month or so. We'll see. But yeah, I will let you guys know when I do, because I will have opinions because it's so hyped up. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it lives up to that hype. The next book I bought is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. So basically, the story behind this is that I've had Babel for the longest time, for at least 2 years now. and it's just been on my shelf. Even though I love the story, like I know if I read it I'll probably enjoy it, but it's just so fat. And if you're new to this channel, I am terrified of thick books. It's like scary, and yeah, I'm just really really scared to start them. So when I saw that Yellowface is really not that fat, it's like 300 something pages, I was like, you know what, I'm going to start Yellowface. I'm going to read Yellowface, and if I enjoy Yellowface, I'm going to start Babel. Because if I read Babel and I don't enjoy the writing style and I have to DNF it, I'll be so angry at myself. So we are going to read Yellowface, probably going to like it because I'm going to like it, and then we are going to read Babel. So smart of me. So yeah, what is Yellowface? Also, this cover is like just so simple, but it's like perfect. Like, it's just, I love book covers. Yeah, okay. This is one hell of a story. It's just not hers to tell. I love that the blurb starts like that. When failed writer June Hayward witnesses her rival Athena Liu die in a freak accident, she sees her opportunity and takes it. So, what if it means stealing Athena's final manuscript? So, what if it means borrowing her identity? And so, what if the first lie is only the beginning? Finally, June has the fame she always deserved, but someone is about to expose her. What happens next is entirely everyone else's fault. I'm going to love it, and like it's just interesting because it's like kind of like into the publishing industry and everything, and you get a look inside the publishing industry, and the experience I've had with publishing industry is not great. So we'll see. I'm actually excited for that. Also, I just noticed it's like a pen dripping ink. That's so clever. I love book covers. I love this. Beautiful. Okay, we're down to the last two books I bought, and it's the Iliad and the Odyssey, and I'm just going to talk about them together. Also, the covers, just look at them. Mm, it's a Penguin Select Classics version. I spent almost. Oh no. Oops. I spent almost an hour debating whether I wanted the paperbacks or the hardcovers. In the end, I settled for the paperbacks because it was like a 400 difference. And even though I love hardbacks, I like reading paperbacks better. So I was like, let's just save money and, enjoy the reading process instead of fighting with the hardcover. Like, I agree, the hardcover versions are beautiful, but it just reading them is so hard for me. I don't know. I love the paperback versions. So yeah, I bought the Iliad and the Odyssey. Please don't fall again. Ah, okay. I bought the Iliad and the Odyssey, and the thing is, I've loved Greek mythology for a very long time since Percy Jackson, which I read like 8, 9 years ago. I don't know. Wait, 10. Yeah, like 8 years ago, and I've loved it since then. And so after that also I've like really liked reading and learning about Greek mythology and all the stories, and it's been really interesting. So I was like, let's go to the beginning, which this is not exactly the beginning, because when Homer wrote this, and it's fictionalized, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff, but I really wanted to read them because I've just heard so much about it, but I've never um, really learned much about what happens in these books. The only version of like the story that I've read is through Song of Achilles, which is only focusing on Achilles and Patroclus. So again, it's not really the entire version. So I was like, I shall get these, and I'm really excited to read them. I don't know when I'll get to them, but probably soon. Yeah, I'll read the back. Often considered the first great book of literature, the Iliad is an epic poem which set the stage for all larger than life dramas the creative world has since witnessed. It tells the story of the darkest episode of the most retold Trojan War. It's an epic poem with beautiful lyrical tone set around an eternal love story, an eternal friendship, and an eternal enmity. At the center of the story is Achilles, the greatest warrior champion of the Greeks, the great, principled, and morally upright King Priam, offering valuable insights to life, the beautiful Helen, and all the mistakes one makes in love, war, and life. The Iliad is a must read for all fond of beautifully strung words that pull at heartstrings with a deep sense of catharsis. Also, the Trojan horse, just so cute. And yeah, Odyssey. Sequel to the Iliad, the story begins 10 years after the Trojan War and the fall of Troy when Odysseus. Odyssey? I actually don't know how to pronounce it. Let's check it. The funniest part is I've been saying Odyssey for the entire video, but I don't think I've ever heard anyone pronounce it like properly. So I do not know how to pronounce it. So we shall check that. I don't know why my voice just went low. uh, Pronunciation. I have so many. Like I Google a pronunciation like every other day because I've read so many words, but I don't know how to pronounce them, and it's weird. Alright, let's hear it together.
Odyssey.
Okay, so I was right. That's the Indian English pronunciation. Let's see British.
Odyssey.
What?
Odyssey.
Nah,
Odyssey.
that's so much worse. Um,
Odyssey.
yeah, I'm going to stick to Odyssey. Okay, so that was Odyssey, but his name is Odysseus. Sis? Wait, let's just. Yeah, okay.
Odysseus. Odysseus.
How does it go from Odyssey to Odysseus?
Odysseus.
Odysseus, okay. I hate this. The thing is, I just read a lot of words, but I don't know how to pronounce them because I read them and I can't hear them, so I just make up pronunciations in my head. And then 10 years later, I'll realize that it wasn't right. And then my brain is just so accustomed to that pronunciation that it's so hard to change. And there's so many words that happens with me still. A lot of them are Greek mythology words because when I was reading Percy Jackson, I just made up pronunciations in my head. I was like, yeah, this makes sense. It sounds right. And then now I have to change how they're pronounced, and it's just so hard. But going back to this sequel to the Iliad, the story begins 10 years after the Trojan War and the fall of Troy, when Odysseus, one of the war heroes, has still not returned to his kingdom Ithaca. The Odyssey, which means the story of Odysseus, highlight highlight another universal truth about life, which is the desire to return home, the destructions and the sacrifices of war. When assumed dead, Odysseus' wife Penelope and son Telemachus struggle with a group of unruly suitors who have overrun their palace, wanting to marry Penelope and take over his home. But Odysseus is still alive, imprisoned on the island of Ogygia by Calypso, who is possessed by love for him and desires to make him her immortal husband. Homer's epic poem, Larger Than Life Emotions and Philosophical Thoughts, is a reminder of the bittersweet melancholies and the simplest desires of life. See, I like that all these stories have like a moral ending sort of a thing. I don't know. Anyway, those were the 7 books, and I'm extremely excited to read all of them because they all sound so incredible. And also, the Calypso part in Odyssey, I don't know how I'm going to get through it because the Calypso of Heroes of Olympus is just so, not Heroes of Olympus, she's there in Percy Jackson as well. So, yeah, like the um, Riordan verse Calypso is just so ingrained in my brain because for like 2-3 books, she was one of my favorite characters. And I've read so much fan fiction about her as well. And that Calypso is just so ingrained in my brain that I don't know if I'm going to be able to separate the two, but I need to because otherwise it's going to be very weird. So yeah, those were the 7 books. This was a very rambling video, and I don't know what this video is supposed to achieve, but I liked making it. I liked going through the books and talking, just talking. I love talking. But yeah, I'm just not over the covers. It's so beautiful. I love this cover. The hardcover I saw is also by Penguin Select Classics, and so it's a very similar cover. We'll just put the covers on here if I find them, and it's just they're so beautiful, and yeah, I love book covers. I love looking at them, and I think that's one of the reasons I buy so many books. Because I look at the book cover, and then I'm like, especially if I'm like in a store, I look at a book cover and I'm like, if I don't buy this right now, and then later I find out that I wanted to read this, and I don't find this book cover which is so beautiful, which has happened with me with a lot of books, and I'm like, if I don't find this cover and I have to settle for some other less beautiful cover, I'm going to cry. And I did cry once for one of the books. It happened recently with Little Life. I don't know why this cover of Little Life is not available in India. Like, I've looked in like 4 stores, I've looked on Amazon, I've looked on online bookstores. It's just not available in India anywhere. And so I had to settle for this cover, and it's just not the vibe. Okay, like I wanted the previous cover so bad. That has happened, and I'm not going to let that happen again. So if I see a pretty cover and I think like even remotely that this is a book I might want to read someday in the far future, I'm still going to buy it, because I'm not going home without a pretty cover. So yeah, that was today's video. I hope you liked listening to me talk. This is a new background. Not exactly, because you guys have seen me against that backdrop in other videos, but this was just, I don't know, because that's just, it's very dirty right now, like the above part of it. Don't look there. So yeah, I was like, you know what? We will turn the camera a little bit and do it against this. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to find a proper space, but also I'll be gone in like 20 days, and my background in my university is actually really cute, because I've put up posters and all, and it looks really nice. It has fairy lights, and I really like the background there. So you'll get to see that in like a couple of videos. So it's fine. This is just temporary. Also, did you guys notice my little septum piercing? I got my septum piercing back in November, but my parents don't know about it, so don't tell them. So when I'm home, I don't really put the ring in. I usually have my horseshoe ring, which I just turn inside. But today I just love this top, and this ring goes so well with this top that I was like, I have to wear it. You guys need to witness this beauty. It's so cute, and it's by this website that I found. It's called Gypsy Mal, and it's an Indian um, person's business. And I had been searching for good septum rings for like months, and was unable to find ones that were actually like affordable, but at the same time pretty, because I found such simple ones, like a single metal, just like a ring, was like 600, 700, and I'm like, I am not paying that much for that. So I found like affordable ones that are also really cute, and there are a bunch of them on their website, and I love their website. It's like I just go on there and scroll, even though I'm not buying any more right now. I'll buy like next month or something, and one of my friends is gifting me some for my birthday, so I'll get some then. But yeah, I love my piercing. Like, this piercing is just like incredible, because it gets like, you can accessorize another part of your face, which I love accessorizing, and it's also like hidden, so you can just hide the piercing so quickly. Like, if I'm going for a job interview, or if I'm going for like going to someone's office, some professor's office who I know would not appreciate a ring, I could just turn it inside. Like, if I'm wearing my horseshoe one, I could just remove it, and nobody will know that I had a piercing. And that's just incredible. Like, you can hide it so well and wear such beautiful rings. Like, look at it. But yeah, I love my septum piercing. I love my tattoos. I want to get more. I don't know why I'm talking about this at the end of this video, but you have to listen. Also, I don't think I've ever shown you guys the newer tattoos I got. Like, if you guys have seen this one, I think, because it's been almost 2 years since I got that. But I don't know if you guys have seen the other ones. I think you've seen this as well. I'm not sure. I got this like matching with my sister. This is my zodiac sign, the stars of the constellation. I was like, stars. The constellation of my zodiac sign, and she got the constellation of her zodiac sign in the same place. So it's like matching but different, and I really liked that. It was like a really like a bonding experience, and we got it like right before I went to university. So it was like a nice goodbye gift, because she paid for it. So yeah, I really like those two. Another one is on my leg, and I don't really want to show my leg right now because I'm wearing shorts. So you guys will have to wait to see that one. I got this little, I don't know how to turn my wrist. You guys see it? It's so tiny. The light is falling weirdly on it. But yeah, this is like a little tiny trident that I got, and it's faded. Next time when I go to get a tattoo, I need to get it touched up. But little trident for Percy Jackson. It was like, I got it with this other tattoo. I don't know why I'm turning so weirdly, but yeah, this is the other tattoo. I'll put a picture up here because my shoulder hurts, so I can't turn really well. So I got that, and it was like 4.5 inches, and I spoke to him, like the tattoo artist, and because they charge by the inch, so I was like, if I get a little tiny one, will you just make it, because I was paying for 5 inches anyway, because it's 4.5, so you will have to pay 5 inches. So I was like, can I get a little small one, which is like, this is I think 3/4 of an inch, and can you just make it like 5 inches total? And he was like, yeah, sure. Because the thing is, if you get it separately, if I get the 1 inch tattoo separately, I will have to pay 1,600, because and that's their minimum cost, and that's also the cost of 2 inches. 1 inch is like, per inch is 800, and then their minimum cost is 1,600. But if you get it with another tattoo, the needle is the same that they use. So for your, like, if you get two tattoos at the same time, after they dispose the needle, obviously, but if you get it together, they use the same needle, so you don't have to pay that extra 800. So brain used. And I got them together, and it was the least painful tattoo I've ever had. Like, all my tattoos have been very, very nice. Like, I think this one is the one that hurt the most, mainly maybe because it was the first one I got, but also there's a lot of shading involved in that tattoo, which is not there in any of my other tattoos, except for this one, which didn't hurt, which is very surprising. Because for my sister, she got hers, and hers, like, when they were close to the collarbone, it hurt really bad for her. But for me, it did not. Like, this was, I don't think I felt any pain, which was incredible. But yeah, this one was also very nice. I went with my friend, and we, like, she didn't get the tattoo, she was just there with me, and this, it was really nice. I really liked the experience, because it's like this prickly sensation, and like, it's like, sometimes it feels like tickling, which is interesting because I can't laugh, because then my body will move and there will just be things happening. But yeah, this did not hurt. None of the tattoos I've had hurt. So it was really nice. It was like the least painful one. I got this back in January, so it's been 5 months. And yeah, the one I got on my leg, I'll see if I can put up a picture here, because I don't know if I have good pictures of that either. But I will put up a picture here. I'll take one. This one is a stick and poke tattoo that one of my seniors in university gave me. She put up like this little stall for our Christmas fair that we had, and then we could just book like the flashes she was offering. And I really like the cat, and we have two cats on campus, and even though I don't think either of them likes me, because one of them literally runs away from me, the other I have pet and played with a few times, but he's not really that, does not really love me that much or anything. But I love them. I love, like, just walking around campus and seeing them. It like makes my day. So I was like, yeah, the stretchy cat, and I got that, and it was the best thing, because so basically on February 14th, Valentine's Day. I don't know why it became dull. Anyway, on February 14th, Valentine's Day, she just texted me. So basically, it was during the winter fair, but obviously, she couldn't do all of the flashes in that 3 hour span that we had. So she was like, we will get to this after. And it took like a month, because she had a lot of clients, and we had a huge break, like 2 week break in the middle of it in January. So we got to it, like, we had the Christmas break thingy, and then we had another break, the end of trimester break. So we had like 2 breaks, so she didn't really get time to get through all of them. And then on Valentine's Day in the morning, she just texted me, and she was like, are you free tonight? Like, can we get your tattoo done today? And I was like, yeah, sure. I am single as fuck, do not have any plans, come on. And so that night she tattooed it, and it was also so like the very less pain. It did hurt, No, it didn't hurt. It was a very, again, this prickly was not ticklish prickly, it was just prickly, but it was still nice, and I really enjoyed the experience. I want to get more stick and poke tattoos because it's just so different, and it takes longer, I think, a little bit, but it's still nice, and I like the experience of it. And yeah, I can't wait to get more tattoos. I've not gotten anything since that stick and poke tattoo because I want to donate blood. So I'm waiting for the 6 months to be done. So I'm going to donate blood and then get the rest of the tattoos and piercings that I want. And then again, wait 6 months and donate blood. It's going to be a cycle, but I'm really excited because there are a couple ones that have been sitting on for a really long time. And if I get this one internship job thingy at my university, then I'll be earning money, and then I can use that money to get tattoos, and I'm really excited. So yeah, that was today's video. I do not know how we got to the tattoos part, but I'm glad we did because I love talking about my tattoos, and I've spoken about it so much to my friends that they're sick of me right now, so you guys have to listen to me now. But yeah, that was today's video. I like talking. I do not know if it's just dull because my camera is dying, or if the light has affected it somehow, or even if you guys can see that it is dull, if there is a temperature change for you guys, but it's there on my camera. I don't know. But yeah, that was today's video. I will see you guys in the next one, and happy Pride because it's June. So yeah, happy Pride. Have a great weekend or week, or whenever you're watching this, have a great day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.